CRTV.
It's the 2018 edition of the Campagnolo GFNY World Championship in New York City. The World Championship caps a spectacular year for the 17 events that make up the GFNY Global Cycling Marathon Series. It's the most international cycling race on the planet, with thousands of riders from nearly 100 countries. There are now GFNY races in every corner of the globe, places like Mexico, Indonesia, Brazil, Jerusalem, Colombia, Germany, Chile, and many, many more. And just like every May since 2011, the world lined up on the iconic George Washington Bridge to face the monumental journey to Bear Mountain and back. The day started out mild, but with dense fog. Not typical spring weather for New York. But the damp roads didn't scare Bill Ash, who once again leapt off the line and sprinted through Fort Lee into Palisades Interstate Park. Ash eventually built quite a lead over the peloton, risking it all by going out aggressively so early on. Unfortunately for Ash, his gamble didn't pay. This time, it was a slick corner just before Piermont that did him in. First with a crash, and then with mechanical issues. Maybe one of these days, Ash's gutsy efforts will do the trick, but not this year. The other top riders had their own plans. On the way to Nyack, a group of 5 organized at the front, leaving the huge peloton behind. Ralph Pallmeyer from Foundation led a lesson on teamwork, whipping Dieter Egli of NYCC Racing, Conrad Ratzman of the Weather Channel, Cedric Haas from France, and Carlos Trujillo from Colombia into a powerful and effective breakaway. On the approach to Bear, it was the little-known Haas who had the most firepower to spare. Haas hammered up the mountain, leaving the others struggling in his wake. But Haas was in for a nasty surprise. Just as the sun came out, the peloton woke up. After descending Bear, a pack of 16, including most of the race favorites, took the lead. The unrelenting hills of the race's second half whittled the group down until there were only 5. 2016 champion Mike Marguerite of New York and 2017 winner Riccardo Paqueta of Italy, Olympian Luis Lemus of Mexico, Kevin Bouchard-Hall of Colorado, and the GFNY Middle East Africa champion Jurgen Moriels of Belgium. Now, Lemus of Pro Team Israel Cycling Academy pushed the pace so viciously on the climb up to Alpine that Bouchard-Hall and Moriels cracked. And so, the podium was set. The question was, who would take that top spot? Into River Road, the final 3 eyed each other, testing to see who still had something left in their tired legs. Finally, with 800 meters to go, it was Marguerite who dropped the hammer. Paqueta and Lemus couldn't respond. Once again, it was the Weather Channel's Mike Marguerite who rocketed in for the win with a time of 4:22:23. Paqueta was second and Lemus took third. In the women's race, it was no surprise. The seemingly unstoppable Camila Cortez once again crushed the competition. With her 5th NYC Championship win and her 11th victory in the World Series, nobody can touch the Queen of GFNY. The invincible Colombian Camila Cortez won in a time of 4:47:13, with American Jill Patterson in second and Paola Monroy of Colombia in third. After the race, riders received their medals and met their friends and family at the GFNY Finish Village in Fort Lee. New honors are now being presented for the most dedicated participants. Special 3-time and 10-time GFNY finisher medals with 20, 30, and 40-time medals to come. In the GFNY Welcome Zone, race fans kicked back and caught all the cycling action on the big screen. At the GFNY Hospitality Suite, riders enjoyed a few extra perks after a tough day of racing. There was lots more for everybody to love. The GFNY Pasta Party, plus drinks, music, and awards. Like every year, the overall men's and women's champions celebrated with some high-class bling. Pro-level bikes from DeRosa with Campagnolo components. But how could it be a real victory without the champagne? And the next morning, some of the winners got together for a special GFNY Champions tradition. From the top of the George Washington Bridge, a view that money can't buy. For the Campagnolo GFNY World Championship, thanks again for watching. And don't wait, sign up now for a GFNY Global Cycling Marathon event and be a pro for a day.
Si crees que no es tan importante una buena silla, en promedio pasamos sentado entre 7 y 12 horas al día. Por eso busca calidad, comodidad y buen precio. Busca
Metal Press, fábrica de sillas y muebles de oficina, importaciones y exportaciones, equipamiento inmobiliario para iglesias, diseños atractivos, pensados en la comodidad y los espacios. Conozca más en www.metalpress.cl. Estamos en Padre Alberto Hurtado 1657, Estación Central. Teléfono 22 779 3159 o 98 596 0026.